Welcome to Cantina Vizsla. For the safety of the bartenders and any other patrons, remember to keep all arms, legs, tentacles, or any other extremities you may have to yourself at all times. So come right in, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Coming to you from the Panic Room in the crap part of the cantina, I'm Sparrow, and with me, as always, is a man who some say the only thing he yells at more than trees is shopping carts not in their corrals. All I know is I call him Stan.
There is nothing worse than the person that does not put their cart back where it goes. Just don't leave it in the parking lot.
Just wait, they're going to have to go through and put an app, and it'll drive itself back to the corrals just for you, Stan.
Hey, I'll support that. I'll kickstart it, whatever it takes. Actually, no, you know what? I won't. That just encourages people to be even lazier. You got to take a stand.
No, but think about it. Walmart will invest in that. They will put it on their carts.
They won't. Their carts barely roll as is. The ones we got are the crappiest 1947 rusty piece of crap carts ever.
Well, I don't know. I've seen the people at Walmart. I don't think they're that old. I just think they just get there very quickly.
They age very quickly, yes. Dirty diapers and hair extensions wrapped around the axle.
Yeah, they don't carry their age well.
Nah. Ugh.
So, it's been a couple weeks. We missed out. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
But, I mean, how's your birthday been? What have you been up to here?
Well, it's like I said, it's been a few weeks. Birthday was okay. It's being on May 4th, Star Wars Day, that really kind of overshadows my birthday now, which is cool. I mean, I'm glad I like Star Wars. It'd kind of suck if I didn't. But spend it with family, nothing too crazy. For my birthday, the AC went out. The youth that cuts our grass hit it with the weed eater and knocked some cords all out of whack on it, so I had to have somebody come out and fix it. So that sucked. Easy fix, but
well, look at it this way. At least it wasn't the middle of July or over the 4th of July when it's 95 to 100 degrees out.
It was still 85. It was warm. It wasn't miserable yet, but it was pretty bad.
It's better than miserable.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. You may hear additional cats this week. We are up to 4.75 cats in the house.
4.75.
Yeah. We are fostering a 3-legged cat. Little tripod kitty.
I have to ask, how's your phone? Is it in one piece?
It's good. He's actually the sweetest little cat ever. I mean, I think he's just happy to be alive. He was a feral cat that the Animal Protection Society here caught because they do TNR programs. You trap, neuter, and release. And they caught this little guy, and his leg was just mangled, either hit by a car, caught by a trap, or something. And they didn't think he was going to make it, but one of the vets did surgery on him, and he's recovering now, hopping along, and we're fostering until he can find his forever home, or we decide 4.75 cats is enough.
If it's anything like my cousin, she goes through and lists it as a foster fail.
Yeah, the people in the know are already commenting on every picture we put up of this little guy. So,
both my cousins did that with dogs.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I got a soft spot for animals, especially injured ones, and this little guy is pretty cool. You don't hear him yelling at all. Anyway.
That's right. He doesn't interrupt podcasts.
Right. I'll put some pictures up of him once his fur grows back a little. It looks kind of embarrassing right now with the area they had to shave. It was a back leg. He's looking kind of funky.
So, anything else there?
I mentioned it was kind of funky. Dooku Jedi Lost, the audio play that was released. I finished that up, and I'm still kind of iffy on it. The story was cool. I think they tried to cram too much into it, and the voice acting was kind of hit or miss. There was some laughable sound effects in it. Cotman, he's been listening to it as well, and there's some spots in there. I'm going to make a sound bite of it and play it, and it's you'll just see. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure. I no doubt they added some lovely sound effects for you.
Yeah, it's interesting. Speaking of other listeners, we've had a slew of territory wars going on, and our guild faced a listeners guild, the Get Good Guild, which I love the name, and we weren't good enough. They beat us.
They did a very good job. Our territory war general kind of, I don't know where he was at one point during our attack phase. Like, I woke up and all the messages are saying, we lost, we lost, we lost. And then we turn around and we're like, what did we lose by? Like 30 points or something like that?
Yeah, it was real close. We had some people not show up for ships. Excuses. It doesn't matter. They got the W.
Oh, yeah, they definitely beat us. I just don't know where our territory war general was, because pretty much the whole battle he was saying we lost. So people in our guild just didn't show up because they're like, well, you said we lost, so we weren't worried about it. We weren't looking at it. Well, we can win now. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, never give up, never surrender. So our listener Drew, I got to figure out how to make this show up in Discord as like a piece of flair or something. But he has now got a CB Slayer tag associated with his name.
Oh, I know how to make it up. We'll go through and make it a different color, and I'll set the priorities so he's up there at the top of the list.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you fight us in either Territory War or Grand Arena, shoot us a message and let us know. Win or lose, you'll either get the CB Slayer or CB Challenger tag.
Yeah, in Grand Arena, it would be if you actually get matched up, not in the same bracket.
Yeah. And if you face me the way my Grand Arena's been going, I'll just go ahead and give you the CB Slayer tag, because I'm probably not going to win. It has not been going well for me.
And speaking of things not going well,
I knew you were going to use that as the segue.
Game of Thrones. Ugh.
Yes. I'm enjoying it. I know it's getting a lot of flack about the writing and kind of the plot. Now we're not going to spoil it here.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's hard to wrap up such a complicated show where so many people have their expectations and theories of what's going to happen, and not make it predictable and not make it just not make sense logically at all, just for some sort of twist.
Yeah, there's parts of it that I understand. I don't mind. There's just some parts of it, how they set up prophecies in the actual books and in the show, and also there's a lot of points where you have to go through, and there's a big suspension of disbelief where you just kind of have to be like, well, okay, I guess that works, even though I have no idea how it should. And I mean, they should have seen that, right?
You would think that
they went through and got godlike legendary battle accuracy.
Yeah, I think they got god mods.
Yeah, this RNG is horrible. How'd they get 3 shots in a row? 3 headshots?
Yeah.
What? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, evasion meta was fully in play.
Not in play. Accuracy meta. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it does set a bar for TV production. I mean, it's the special effects and all that were pretty amazing, and the Twitter meme game is on point.
Yes, it is.
I saw one with Trogdor, that old gem,
the
burninating the countryside,
burninating all the peasants.
Yeah, so if you've seen the episode, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
If not, get on it.
And if not, go pull up some old SB emails. Watch Trogdor, the Burninator.
Yes. I actually have the DVD set of that.
Or actually, I think so. SB email is not listed as Trogdor; it's listed as Dragon.
Right.
If I remember correctly. Otherwise, people will go there. What do you mean Trogdor? Trogdor isn't on there. But yeah, and other than that, I mean, Mother's Day. So any of the mothers there listening, happy Mother's Day. A little
Yeah,
belated,
yeah.
but still happening.
All your mother lovers out there.
Oh, some lonely island there.
Yeah. Uh,
So go. I don't even know how to transition from there. It would get really
well,
bad.
speaking of mothers, I hit the mother load in the game this last week.
Yeah, you were well prepared for it. So, how was your weeks in Galaxy of Heroes? What'd you get done?
Okay, well, we had a mother of an event, getting Padme. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I did get her 7 stars. I mean, I was ready for it. You know, it's
Yeah.
again, we'll talk about it. Got my Malik up to 7-star in Gear 12, and I gotta say that is a game changer. He is a beast at Gear 12. I mean, he's almost soloing my arena matches just on his own because my mods suck, and I still haven't got good arena mods on that team, and I'm still getting second and first place almost every day.
Yeah.
I'm almost on the back of just Malik.
I'm getting there. I've been working hard at it. So,
Highly
anything else?
Finished farming Droidica, got him up to 7 stars,
Oh, yeah.
and put the leader Zeta on Padme. Got Anakin up to Gear 12 too, trying to build that Galactic Republic team out. So
Man.
yeah, a lot of stuff. It looks like you got a nice list as well.
Yeah, I have somewhat of a list. Like you were going through, I think people are going to see where I kind of got sidetracked here. So we went through, talked about it. I had my game plan for the Padme event, but I also said I wasn't really going to do anything until we saw the event, saw the strategy, and going from there. So, yeah, basically the strategy I thought I was going to have got thrown out the window, and General Grievous got to Gear 12. He got a Zeta. B2 got a Zeta.
Nice.
Was able to get Padme to 6 stars, so not too upset about that. Went through at the same time, got Visas Mar up to 7 stars, Sith Marauder up to 7 stars, and then Darth Revan. Like I said, I was going through spending the guild event currency on gear to max out my arena team. And Darth Revan is now completely maxed, and I just took Sith Trooper to Gear 12. So that means I get the lovely privilege and honor of remodding all my characters so I can run my Darth Revan team in Arena, and kind of did it quickly and very kind of like a rough modding today, and just steadily climbed right up the ladder to like 18th. Not a problem. So, and I was down 46 or something like that was where I've been hanging out.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it does make a big difference, but I wasn't going to refresh. I just kind of went there. I'll tweak mods and kind of go from there and start trickling down all my mods now. But yeah.
Do you have enough Jedi Revan on your shard to kind of jump with those, or are you having to do all mirror matches?
Going up, as soon as I hit 20, it's basically all Darth Revan.
Okay.
But that's all. That turns into a mix of Darth Revans. Not all of them have Malik, and Malik has been making a big difference. If I have Malik, I just steamrolled all of them. I only lost 1 match today, and I think that was more misplay by me. I go through and see Basilisk Shawn or Darth Revan have a special available, and I'm like, ooh, special. Hit button. Who needs a basic? There's a special available.
Right.
So still trying to figure out the whole turn-based, when to use certain specials and everything. I have a rough idea from watching everybody else run the teams, but I don't have it. It's not like Jedi Knight Revan, where it's basically no thought anymore. I'm just hitting buttons. I know exactly where to go from there. But overall, a lot better than running Jedi Knight Revan, considering I was having to go through struggling to get up towards 20, and when I did get up there, is basically focus down on Grandmaster Yoda, kill him, put it on Jolie, hit auto, and hope I don't run out of time. And I've been going through and was literally winning battles with like 5 to 8 seconds left.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I found on mine. It's over quick. One way or another, it's just done.
Yeah. Which I don't mind. Having the full 5-minute battles while it's on auto is rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into some Star Wars news. I mean, we went through, had May the 4th, had some stuff. So what else did we miss here?
Well, we got to start off with the sad news. I mean, sure everybody knows, but Peter Mayhew did pass away. He was 74, and we had that talk after seeing the celebration, and this is one I hate to be right on. But talking to people kind of in the convention scene and people that did get to spend time with him, he was enjoying himself. He loved being around the fans up until the very end. He was even scheduled to be at a fan expo in Dallas that weekend, and his table actually kind of turned into a memorial, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he definitely seemed like one of the actors that definitely liked that, because he took the actor that is now playing Chewbacca and kind of taught him the mannerisms and everything, what it was like to be Chewbacca, and actually mentored him over the last, 3 movies?
Yeah.
I forget whether he went through and did anything in Solo, or if he was just kind of there helping him.
I'm not sure. I think maybe some of the close-ups were him,
but
I couldn't tell you exactly what scene.
Yep, but I mean, either way, he did. Not many actors are going to go through and basically train up someone to replace him.
Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, he loved the character. Obviously, the fans loved him. So, rest in peace, Peter Mayhew, and thank you for all the memories. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, so we did have May the 4th come up, and the following Revenge of the 5th. All kinds of announcements. They had Hasbro show off a lot of their new figures, the Doc Afra, a lot of the ones we've seen before with Celebration and all. Gonna be a painful time for my wallet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They showed the publishing plan for the Road to Rise of Skywalker, and looks like some pretty cool books. It'll be interesting to go back to the Age of Resistance after being in the Age of the Republics for so long with all these books, Queen Shadow and Master and Apprentice and Dooku and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
And finally, we've got, go ahead and put it on your calendar now, but we've got Star Wars movies planned for December of 2022, 24, and 26.
So, with that, I mean, I know they said they were going to hold back some movies, but isn't the Jango Fett movie in production?
I haven't heard anything about a Jango Fett movie.
Or Boba Fett, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of the wrong Fett.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's been rumors of it and rumors of like with the Disney Plus service, everything's so up in the air because they've got more venues to do miniseries and different types of movies. I think this might be the D&B trilogy or the Rian Johnson trilogy.
I believe it. That should be the trilogy the writers of Game of Thrones is doing. Yeah. Because they were given a trilogy, so that would be the years that they're looking at. But yeah, so, I mean, we're still in that kind of lull after Star Wars Celebration, so not really surprised. We did have a little bit of information, but not a ton.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but
so yeah, let's get into the game here. And actually, this, I don't know if you just saw this. I mean, it was going through as we were talking here about Star Wars news. So with the game, I mean, we had the Territory Wars this weekend that we were talking about, and I don't know if you noticed it, but we did have a little bit of a outage of the game and some issues with people battling and actually getting kicked off servers. And they just went through and announced that because of the outage of the servers and the difficulties of people getting kicked out of the game, they're going to be sending everybody 250 crystals.
Hey, all right. Free stuff. I love apology crystals.
Yeah, the only thing missing are Chewy shards.
Yeah, yeah.
But they don't like announcing those. They usually go through and give you the 250 crystals and then throw in the Chewy shards.
Right, yeah. With I don't know. I guess with Peter's passing, that might be a touchy subject now. Like, oh, you're mocking him or making a joke out of it. You know how people are. They get sensitive about everything.
It's always been in there. So
yeah,
I'm hoping. But I mean, either way.
Yeah,
That's good. I mean, we haven't got apology crystals for server outages in a while. Usually it's like, oh, yep, tough luck. I mean, really didn't affect anything. So I will take it. I will buy some gear.
I will turn right back around and buy some Padme gear.
Yeah, pretty much. But what else do we got in the upcoming calendar here?
Well, we've got a Rebel Assault territory battle started today. We've got a Grand Arena signups going on now. It's going to be a 5v5. Got a credit heist coming up on the 17th, Smuggler's Run on the 16th, Training Droid on the 14th, and Defensive Dathomir on the 18th. Really nothing too crazy. It looks like there was a blank spot in the calendar, which if I was a betting man, they mentioned having a Galactic Chase event that was pushed out of May. It looks like it could have been this weekend or starting on the 16th.
Okay. Yeah.
But it is a blank space. We may still get a little something. There are some rumblings that people saw some things last week that we may see soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's the new territory battles. Hopefully. I would like it.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, we still got... Let's see.
I don't think we're getting any new characters or anything like that because they have come out and already said that's not going to happen.
I think we're going to get Ebonhawk farmable this week.
We could also get... Didn't they mention about Newt Gunray getting a rework?
Yeah, him and Dooku.
So, I mean, those could be coming very... Very much so. Now that the Padme event's over, I could see those guys getting their reworks.
Right, characters that might make that event a little less arduous now getting reworked.
Yeah, let's go right into that here.
All right.
So with the news, we did have the event came out. Padme. I don't know. Arduous is the right word for it. Basically, they went through it. It is tuned a specific way, which I really don't have an issue with.
Having the new droids and new characters helped quite a bit, which we kind of figured that would be the case.
Yeah, it's either that or you have the characters at Gear 12 and Zetas with mods.
Right.
If you're able to do that, then you're pretty much able to go through and get a 7-star unlock. But other than that, it's not even the new characters. It was really specifically Droideka. It seems like your B1 was not a crucial in this event. It was mainly Droideka. If you have Droideka, you were able to kind of walk through the event.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about the actual event, and then we'll talk about the difficulty. I thought it was pretty good. The backgrounds looked good. The cutscenes were okay. Padme character model, not the best, but it's kind of a mix between the actress and the cartoon version. It was. I know it's going to cause heartache and flashbacks, but the new character, the Angry Jedi, the Fishman Jolie, as people like to call him, that was a pretty neat little surprise. Kind of looking at Wikipedia, he did have a name, or she, maybe, I don't know. Pablo Jill was the name of the character that was at the Battle of Geonosis. So it's always cool to see new characters. The dialogue was neat. So the presentation was cool. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problem with the presentation. Was good. Went through and actually provided a challenge. Definitely really liked the 7-star cutscene, in which basically it's the teaser trailer they went through and showed with the droids getting blasted.
Right.
It is very good, and I don't even mind the character model because I understand where they were going. It was a lot better than Sabine and some other characters that they've done recently.
And in game and in actual battles, you really hardly notice it.
Yeah.
So the event itself was good. It was more difficult than I think people were expecting.
I don't understand why people thought this was going to be an easy event. I think we talked about it to begin with, that we figured it was going to be a hard event, probably going to needing the new droids, one or both. We were actually both figuring needing both B1 and Droideka.
Yeah.
And watching everybody, it seems like the crucial droid is actually Droideka, and having a team with General Grievous, Asajj, B2, IG-100, and Droideka, and you can kind of just walk through the event. But
yeah, I mean, it's an unpopular opinion, but I just think the days of easy unlocks are gone. Just because you have the character at 7 stars does not guarantee you get a character anymore.
Now, was there ever a time really where we had an easy unlock, though?
Some of the earlier legendaries were they weren't that hard. Gear 7, Gear 8, Gear 9.
But the gear level cap was at Gear 9 at the time.
Yeah. That does have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, so I mean, I remember that first Grandmaster Yoda one. That first Grandmaster Yoda was even more RNG because it would... Do you remember they would actually rotate 2 Jedi with it? With Grandmaster Yoda?
Yeah,
so people would literally... people complained about RNG. It's like, that was RNG on trying to get the right combination of Jedi so you could actually win.
Right.
That was a struggle.
Palpatine
was really rough too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just again, I want an ability to replay these things because I finished this thing at pretty much 152 the first day it was out. Walked through the unlock, using Droideka and B1 with General Grievous. Of course, I had General Grievous Double Zeta. I didn't have Droideka and B1 at 6 and 7 stars yet, so I wasn't able to use them for the 7 star. For that team, I used General Grievous, Lead, Asajj Ventress with Zeta, B2 Zeta, the Gear 11 IG-100 Zeta, and Sunfuck. And it was maybe 5-6 attempts, and was done. And so I finished that and then got on Discord and started seeing the complaints roll in, and it kept coming up over and over again. It was just such an RNG fest, and I didn't really see that. Did you?
I did, but once again, it makes a difference on the characters that you have. I saw that when I went to 5 stars, and not so much 6 stars, but definitely 7 stars when I was trying that. But that was also trying with Gear 11, General Grievous. I didn't have B2 geared up. I had to take B2 up to Gear 11. I didn't have Zetas on General Grievous or B2. I didn't have any mods that were 6-dot health mods for General Grievous. It makes a big difference. You go through and taking General Grievous up to Gear 12, adding the health 6-dot mods onto him, having B2 modded properly with the Zeta made a huge difference, and was able to walk through a 5-star unlock. A little bit of RNG for the 6 stars, and then 7 stars, I understand where people were saying the RNG, because it depends on what attack Anakin does to start off with. Who they focus down on really makes a difference, but like you said, you have IG-100 makes a big difference, and so does Droideka. They kind of force them to focus down on there, and then you kind of walk through the event, which is kind of the same thing that we've seen the last handful of events, because I wrote down some of these last few events. I mean, the Chewie event, man, that event was very difficult, but as soon as you had Bosk with a Zeta, I mean, you might as well just put it on auto. Right. And you walk through the event, not a problem. C-3PO is kind of the same way. If you had Paploo up to basically, Gear 10, Gear 11, and Chirpa having a Zeta for the lead, and you just walk through the event. Malik I mean, granted, you have to have hit that power, the galactic power number for each character, but having Mission and Big Z having their Zetas.
Hey, there's a lot of strategy on that too, knowing
Yes.
to get rid of the critical hit
Yes.
or critical damage immunity.
I put that only because if you're trying to go in there with T3M4, that becomes very, very difficult.
Right.
And Dark Side, basically, you just went through and just anybody but Johanny.
Right.
You just ignore Johanny and you're good.
But I don't know. I just kept seeing over and over again. People was like, I've been trying to do this for 5-6 hours.
And I think you have it written here. It's just going through. People are laser focused on the bare minimum and trying to go through and get by with just the bare minimum. I think those days are over. And any of these teams, all those teams I just mentioned, having Bosk, having Chirpa with Paplu, having Mission and Big Z, having that Dark Side team for Malik, all those teams are very good, and they have made them very good, so it's worth investing in them.
Right, yeah. And kind of going back to the spending hours on it, we had several people burn out and quit because of this event, and it was on the first or second day, and this thing lasted a week. If you're sitting there 5 hours at a time just getting frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated because you're trying to recreate something you saw on YouTube for this bare minimum guide, man, just take a break. It's not that critical. I said that to somebody and they shot back, well, no, I got to have this for Grand Arena. No, you don't.
Not at 7 stars, and the way the game and how many teams we've gotten recently.
Yeah, and even if you lose and get last place, you're still out a couple pieces of gear. That's not worth sanity over.
Yeah. I mean, I went through, I did spend a couple hours trying to go for a 7-star after watching Macias's video for his 7-star unlock with his mods and everything. I was watching a soccer game. So I'm like, all right, well, I could sit down on my phone and kind of go through moves, shuffle mods around, spend an hour and a half just kind of messing around with this. If I get it, great. If I don't, I don't. I'll get it next time when I'm able to build up and get Jordica to 7 stars and geared up. I was resigned to the fact, but I figured why not try it? So let's get into any other thoughts on the event.
Event was good. I do hope it comes back before the light side geo territory battle map. I think it'll be pretty handy to have. The teams, for what I've seen, pretty good. I've not got mine up enough to really use it anywhere, but according to some of the game changers, people that mess around with her, she can beat a Darth Revan team and a Jedi Knight Revan team.
Well, I was just about to ask you about this because we did have some controversy with the team, mainly the gear level for Padme. As we went,
yeah,
I think we went through and mentioned this last episode of them going through, and they actually threw those gear pieces they say were overdone or above and beyond into the actual event, which did help me get some of these characters geared up a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that was nice, and getting the Sith Assassin gear refund helped a lot too.
Well, for you. I didn't touch this assassin, so I didn't do too bad with that. But man, this is a very heavy Zeta team.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 on Padme, 1 on Ahsoka, 1 on Anakin, 1 on the General Kenobi is kind of optional, and then whoever you decide to put with the team. I'm leaning toward Zaris simply because I don't use her anywhere else, and might as well. So that's 1 more to go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Zetas right there.
Yeah, possibly 7. Or are you counting GK in that 6?
I'm counting GK too.
Okay. So I mean, not the best, not the worst, because that Darth Revan team, let me tell you, that is a very heavy Zeta investment also.
Yeah, pretty much any new team that comes out is going to be a heavy Zeta investment. The General Grievous team, that was a ton of Zetas. That's just the way. That's where the game's at right now. I don't think there's any getting around it.
I honestly don't. I'm not finding it that bad because over May the 4th we did get that free Zeta,
Yeah.
and I basically went through after spending all my Zetas on Malik, Darth Revan. So there were, 5 right there by itself. I did give one to HK, so there's 6. Was able to save up enough to put one on General Grievous and B2 and be down to 0, and I am back up to 40 Zetas now.
Yeah, not bad.
So Zetas seem to be coming a lot more frequently. It's not as bad as, say, Challenge Gold Eyeballs.
Yeah. Just looking at the gear and the farming in the game where it stands now, we did get those new pieces for Padme. She needs 3 of them. They're 1,400 crystals a piece if you just buy them outright.
No, 28. Needs 3 new pieces, and it's
Right,
1,400 for
right.
a single piece, and they require both pieces for them. Yeah, it's
Right,
2,800
right.
crystals.
E-math good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at all the other gear we're getting. Like stun guns, they're still a pain, but they're not where they used to be, where you just get one a month and just be happy about it.
Oh, yeah,
With the shard shop and the guild store and guild events, there's so many more options to get the other gear. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more. Nothing in this game is free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they're giving us something somewhere, they're going to get it back somewhere else, and that's all these gear pieces are.
And
I do hope they make them farmable somewhere else, other than that crappy drop rate one.
So that
hard node.
Yeah, that unpopular opinion is probably that I don't mind those new gear pieces. They are what they are. If you want to slow farm them, you can slow farm them. If you want to go through and spend the crystals for them, great. Go ahead and spend the crystals for them. The 2 gear pieces that I am just getting destroyed by right now are the challenge gear for those gold eyeballs. I can get the gold eyeballs, but I can't get enough challenge gear of it. And answer me this. Why can't I request that for donations from my guildmates?
That's a good question.
It's challenge gear. I hit a button, a sim button, and it appears, but I can't request it. I don't understand that. But so it's those, and then the med packs for the Gear 12 pieces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs 40 of those, and they're just hammering me with those. Those are the 2 pieces that I think probably should go. I don't know. Drop rates are horrible. They're hard to get because the other gear pieces that go with the med pack seem more difficult and have that lock as far as being a raid exclusive and things like that to actually make that bottleneck still happen. I don't understand why it's really the med pack.
Yeah, I guess hope we get more ways to get this stuff soon. We did get some good stuff from May 4th though. We did get double drops.
Yep.
So that helped a lot for people trying to farm up the characters for the Padme event. We got a crystal sale, 25% bonus crystals on some of the packs. That was nice. We had that gear sale where you buy it and either get 25 salvage or 50 salvage, and the price was pretty fair for those.
Actually, it was very fair because even if you spent the crystals for the 25 pieces and, only got 25 pieces, the crystal price was always cheaper than what they would actually cost crystal-wise within a store by pretty much 50 crystals. So either way, you got a good deal if you went through and purchased those.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a nice touch to do with the Padme event. So, I'm credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I like those. So,
all right. Yeah.
What else do we got here? We have really just possibilities of what's going on for the rest of this quarter, and then I broke it out into the 3rd and 4th quarter because, I mean, that's kind of what we do here. We kind of go through and kind of figure out where we need to go through, where we need to spend our resources, and get ready for the next legendary event, the next raid, the next territory battle map, figuring out what teams are worth digging into coming up here. And obviously, I think we both think here, the end of this month here, so within the next couple weeks, we're going to get Dooku and Nute Gunray, and we're going to get their reworks this month.
Right. Well, they pretty much said they were doing that, so this is confirmed. But we should get the details on that fairly soon.
Which, once again, may actually make a difference within the Padme event next time it comes around.
Yeah.
Nute lead for the win.
I'm keeping my eye on them. These reworks have not been bad. And Dooku isn't that bad of a character just on his own.
Was Dooku listed as a rework or a tune-up?
I think rework for both of these.
Okay. Wow. I would have figured Dooku would have been a tune-up and then definitely a rework for Nute.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they said. Either way, though, I'm excited to see that. Conspiracy theorist in me, we're still needing a new capital ships. We are very limited on those, and that's holding back ships in a lot of ways. We can't do raids yet without, in my opinion, we might could, but without more capital ships to build teams out of to have multiple attempts, we're not going to see anything really advanced for ships, and I think we need it. So if Nute gets a rework, possibility he may get a capital ship. And if he does, I would expect Galactic Republic ships to be needed to unlock them, simply because a lot of those ships are out of the meta, out of the spotlight. There's really no reason to farm or use them right now. And that's kind of the hallmark for being needed for an event.
Very true. I don't... Only other thing I could possibly think about is they could be just fleshing out current teams and current ships, or actually just make it just a regular event.
Yeah, it could just be another like fleet mastery event. Yep. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, just trying to get more ships into the actual game to actually create that system, rather than making another legendary event. And we see how well that goes with ships.
And while I'm on the unused ships, I'm still going to say it again. Sith ships will probably be needed for something down the road, because this was something I brought up with CG when I was at Celebration, was the Sith ships. I'm like, there's got to be some reason the B-28 Extinction Bomber made it into the game. Nobody's just holding that old chestnut out for no good reason. And they just kind of smirked at me.
They will neither confirm or deny, and when you farm it and nothing comes out, they'll be like, haha, got him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that kind of gives us May, and then it turns into June. So June is the end of the quarter, so definitely we will be getting the Dark Side Geo Territory battle map.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. We should get the whatever chase event they pushed from May. We'll probably go into June. And possibly get that new Championship Grand Arena system they were talking about.
Now, you have to be pretty excited about this.
About which?
The ladder system for the Grand Arena.
Yeah, put me down with all the chumps where I belong.
This is the way I look at it, because I mean, the position you're in, and I've definitely heard some of the game changers fall into this situation in which they went through, inflated their GP early on in the game, and basically are paying the price for it right now, in which they're going in and just getting mollywopped every single round.
That's a good term for what's happening to me, yeah.
But I like this ladder system because it takes into account your Grand Arena status along with your GP, and if you aren't competing at that level, it's going to knock you down in which you can compete. So I think that's a nice balancing system, so people will actually go through it. It'll actually feel more like a challenge rather than people, hey, look at this guy, I could just roll over him because he just inflated his GP so bad. So it's not it's not a challenge either way. It's not a challenge It's not fun for you because you're just getting rolled over. It's not fun for them because they aren't getting a challenge of difficult teams or anything like that actually pushing them either.
Yeah, I like a system in place too where you're rewarded based on skill, not just what you can buy yourself to.
Yes. And that's kind of where I've been. I mean, honestly, I've been going. Once again, we had two more grand arenas here. Both times went 2-1, lost in the championship battle by someone who had in both instances, had a 7-star Malik.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a they
it's
especially
a
in 3v3. I mean, there's about nothing you can do there.
And I do like the 3v3 battle for exactly what you said. It's more strategic. It's more knowing the characters, the abilities, and knowing what teams you can pair up with each other when it gets down to the bottom of your roster, or even at the top end on how to mix up characters. Knowing the kits, knowing the characters greatly gives you an advantage against your opponent because they aren't used to it, and they aren't looking everything up and knowing the characters and just going off everything they see. It becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
So let's do Dark Side Geo Territory Battle. I want to go through and kind of predict what's going in the guild event store. Just like Wampa, just like Hermit Yoda. Who do you think they're going to throw in there?
I'm leaning toward a generic Geonosian, or maybe a Geonosian Queen as a healer, simply because there's not enough Geonosians to make a full squad yet.
Okay.
And I think they're going to be a required faction for the map.
That would be...
Or at least one battle.
That would
give you something to chase, to unlock, to be able to take part in another mission or bonus mission.
I think that would be kind of a push because the current Wampa and Hermit Yoda aren't used on the map, but I could see that character either hitting the board to be farmable or even on the map, in which you have to use basically a 3 out of the 4 current Geos to unlock. And then you're using a full Geo squad, say at the phase 6, so needing a 7-star Geo team at the very end to get into that bonus mission.
You did say guild unlock, right? I was thinking map unlock. I think the Geo is going to be like a IPD or a Hoth Leia reward.
Right.
As far as a character going into the guild event store, I don't know if it'd be tied just to Dark Side, but I'm gonna say Jar Jar. Why the hell not?
All right. I'm actually going with... I'm taking a hint from the Hoth map. I'm going with that Sabretooth beast that they fought in the pit. Get that beast faction growing. I think it would be very cool. I think it would fit.
Go through, cool. I would enjoy that.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. I like it, but I do like your idea as far as the character on the map. I definitely think see where it would fit with the generic Geo being in there, getting it, and needing it for the bonus mission or final mission.
I think we're gonna need Geonosians. I think we're gonna need Newt and Dooku as like one of the mission characters, like Vader was on the other map. Geo ships are very likely for one of the missions. I think it'd probably be early though, since they're basically giving those ships away with all the events and all.
It might be a special mission.
Yeah,
just like one of those special or combat missions or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. For the guild event bonus.
And then I think the last line with the Darkside Geo territory battle, do you think when we do a territory battle, it will be forced that you have to do the GeoTB? Or do you think as a guild leader or guild officers, you will be able to select which territory battle map you do?
I'm kind of torn. I would like the option to select it. The reason I could see it not being selectable is if your guild is not developed for your separatists or Geonosians, why would you give up a couple of thousand guild event tokens when you could just go back to an older map and get it that way?
Depends on the tuning with how much currency you get. If you go through and do the harder map, you get a higher currency.
Yeah, that would be what I'd like to see. They'd have to make it equitable.
I mean,
if we get 20-something stars, make it give us 7,000 guild event tokens or something similar.
Maybe that's why Darth Malak is actually guild event currency. It's actually higher than Wampa and Hermit Yoda because that is tuned for the new payouts for the map.
It's possible.
That way people are actually going to be able to buy those shards, get it a little bit quicker than what we currently are getting right now.
Yeah, I mean, if we are getting more guild event store characters and maybe gear, we definitely need more sources of income for it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. I don't even think more sources for it. I think the new territory battle map is going to have a higher end payoff for it, and I'm hoping that we actually get to select that because otherwise,
yeah, I don't want to
doing more
this.
Hoth maps, and then it's going to be even rarer as far as how many times we actually get to see this new map. It'd be rough.
Yeah, I mean, they do need to retire Hoth, but there's also newer guilds that don't have those characters yet.
We'll just put them in the store.
I guess they could do that.
We'll go through, retire the map, put it in the guild event store, and be done with them. Who knows? But I'm kind of hoping we have the select option, and then basically just kind of like the Rancor raid. You have to have so many of your guild have the either IPD or Hoth Leia in order to get at 7 stars in order to be able to unlock that next map, or say you have to reach a certain star level before you can actually try that map. Same way they're doing with the legendary events. You have to get Jedi Knight Revan, then you have to get Darth Revan. You need both of them to get Malak, so it's a whole bunch of stepping stones and actually making that within the guild also with territory battles.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
With that, let's jump to. We aren't going to do months. We're going to do quarters. So the third quarter, I think we get the light side version of the territory battle map.
Yeah, I think so. I think they mentioned it's going to have kind of a new layout, new features or something as far as the territory battle map goes. So they'll work the king side and the dark side, give us a light side third quarter. With that, I would expect a clone rework, Jedi tune-up. And we've been kind of guessing on possible character map characters for this. Who do you think would show up there?
I'm hoping Shakti.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Coyote Mundi, I think, is a probable one. I don't care about him either way, but
hey, got to build up that Jedi faction. Got to get 2 or 3 teams in there, right?
Yeah, and that's why they need the tune-up. I mean, who's using I'm a Gundy these days? I'll give you a hint, nobody.
I want Qui-Gon Jinn to get a rework or tune-up or something.
Yeah, he's a good character.
My poor Qui-Gon Jinn at Gear 11 with a Zeta.
Was that one of the first Zetas you did?
Oh yeah, that was one of the early ones.
I never did his. I couldn't remember what my first Zeta is now. I wish there was a way to look that up.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know it's one of my early Zetas, and it's pretty much the only one that I don't really use, other than Kylo Ren is the other one I don't use as often, but he still has a lot of uses.
Oh yeah.
Qui-Gon, I look at it and be like, man, I really should use him, and I'm like, I have no idea how am I going to use him and actually have any semblance of idea of what's actually going to happen. But other than that, you
third
mentioned.
Quarter,
Well,
I think we'll get a qual.
You mentioned the geo-territory battle map having different layouts and different
Right.
functionality and everything. I'm hoping, I think we talked about this before, that it's going to be more on combat missions completed and not special missions, but mainly combat missions deployed and completed to get star levels rather than pure GP of a guild. Make
Right.
it more
And
skill based, make it more difficulty based rather than just, well, over time you'll get there.
and platoons are going to have to go, or be something different, because like these factions are so scarce, so scarce already. You can't take any Geonosian out of the team, and you have to put in a platoon and still have a team. There's not enough characters.
Yeah. Hopefully they have that sorted out. I wouldn't mind if it's like what we talked about before. The first set is just farmable locations. Second set is farmable plus characters and shipments. Third section is basically the pay to play characters, so you at least get somewhat of a bonus.
I'd kind of like to see kind of a mix between the deploy for stars and platoons. So say you dump, a certain amount of GP into this pool, you get bonuses based on that. So if you want to dump your whole roster and only use a handful of characters, you may unlock a certain level of bonus. Kind of see what I mean? Instead of having specific character platoons.
Yeah, but it kind of runs into the same thing. It is essentially what we're doing now. You complete your combat missions and then you dump the rest of your roster for GP.
Yeah, but this would you still dump it, but you'd get your bonuses based off of that instead of specific characters.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
It's an idea.
I mean that I see where you're going. So basically, you're saying your higher end people with better mods and everything going in, defeating the combat missions first, deploying to go through and allow your lower end of the guild complete because they have more bonuses.
Yeah, but I don't think you would use those characters that you dump into the GP pool. I mean, they'd still be taken out of your roster, but the more GP you have, the more bonus you get. So you dump 1 million, you get level 1 bonus, 3 million level 2 bonus, whatever it is. I don't know.
I guess I'm more thinking strategy for a guild, basically having your high end people donating as much as possible. That way, your lower end roster players can actually get through a little bit easier. I'm just going switching the strategy real quick.
Right, you're putting a strategy guide out for my made up thing.
That's right, jumping the gun here.
Yeah, I hope we get another quality of life update pretty soon. They've said the phrase mod 3.0 somewhere, so that's on the horizon. What that entails, I'm not sure. Selling from your inbox would be phenomenal. And really, tank rate simming, I think, is the biggest quality of life improvement I want right now.
Yes. Yeah, because actually, I do like the rewards for the Rancor. It is nice. And having that option.
Yeah, CG at Celebration said they were looking at the data, seeing what guilds used simming, how the rewards are being distributed and affecting the economy, and any sort of issues arising from that. And once they've got everything on lock, they will expand it to the tank.
What guilds are using simming? Every guild that qualifies.
Yeah, if you're not, you probably should.
Yeah. It is definitely worth it. You aren't losing out too much on gear, and in some senses, I think it's better overall.
Yeah, for the guild, it's better. Your top few players may lose out on a few gear pieces, but the rest of your guild's getting stronger, which is going to help you out in territory wars and everywhere else.
So that leads us into the fourth quarter, which, man, we jump into the Mandalorian TV show debut, the new movie. So this kind of runs into, I'm not really sure about content. I mean, I'm hoping quality of life we're jumping into years now in which we haven't got a level cap increase. So at some point, I mean, it has to be coming, right?
We've been predicting this for a while. Yeah, I would think so. I guess the economy stars haven't lined up just right, but we're getting due for another raid, which is always a appropriate time to raise the level cap. Damn, I'm slowly losing my ability to talk throughout the night. I may be dying.
Do we finally have enough ships to be able to do a Sith, or not a Sith, but just a ship raid?
If we have more capital ships, I think we're getting there.
Okay.
I mean, it would have to be tuned. The health would have to be tuned appropriately, but I think we are getting there. Even if it's not a full raid, there's some sort of mode, Galactic War, a Horde mode, something with ships would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think fourth quarter we will start ramping up to the movie, the hype for that. I don't think we're going to get too many new characters before the movie, but we could return to the sequel world. Maybe get Hux, Snoke, First Order, capital ship, something in that universe that's not quite embargo breaking for the new movie.
I'm hoping we get the Knights of Ren.
I think we may get that after the movie if they're able to flesh them out.
Even if they aren't in the movie, I think, are there books and everything with the Knights of Ren?
I don't think so. No.
Man. So they kind of set it up in the movie that they exist, but no one knows anything about them. I think it'd be very cool. I wonder if CG can even go through and just create their own. If they aren't in the movie, just kind of create the characters and create their own mythology around him.
They could. Like, this is Knight of Ren Billy. This is Knight of Ren Mike.
This is Jim Bob.
Right. Jim Bob has a blue bandana and has katanas.
They don't wear blue. They only wear red.
I was trying to make a Ninja Turtle joke.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to go for, but they're all going to be red. They all want to be the red turtle.
But actually, in the comic books, they all had red bandanas.
Oh,
anyway.
Man.
Rabbit hole.
Yes, rabbit hole, pipes. We also run into the Mandalorian. Hopefully, we finally get a Mandalorian faction tag. I would like to see characters. It seems like they have quite a bit of the show actually filmed already, so maybe CG will actually get a preview of it and actually be able to develop a character.
I think we're going to see a lot of this show for promos trying to sell Disney Plus service,
which makes me more optimistic that we're going to get more Mandalorian content than actually the new movie until afterwards, because they really do like keeping that theme of what characters act like and what they do within the show or movie itself and bringing that out into their kits. And if they're able to go through and get that much hype around the Mandalorian, see episodes, see how these characters kind of act and are portrayed, it's going to be a lot easier to build a character than something where, well, we heard this character is in there, so we're just going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I'm so hyped for the Mandalorian. I want a 7-star Carl Weathers. If they make a Black Series Carl Weathers figure, I'm going to get a case of them and just put them all over my house. I can't wait.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we had planned this week. What else do we got? Anything?
You mentioned here, are we past Legendary Walls?
Yeah. Are we past Legendary Walls?
Well, what do you mean by a Legendary Wall?
Legendary Walls are kind of like our marquee fatigue, in which CG went through and decided, well, we're just going to throw a whole bunch of marquee characters at them, and then we'll figure it out later. And right now, it seems like we're in their Legendary Wall. Or Legendary Block, let's put it that way. Are we seeing the other side of that, in which we're getting to new characters, new maps, and we aren't going to go through and say every what's been every like month and a half, 2 months, we're getting a legendary character. Are we finally past that?
I think so. We still may get one or two, but there's not a whole lot left out there that's legendary status.
Wait, honestly thought that when we hit Malik, and I'm like, all right, we're finally out of there. And then Padme show up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, we still got Jar Jar.
Yeah, I could see Jar Jar being legendary. That's really about it out of the prequels. I mean, of somebody that would be a legendary
Mechanical
status.
legs Darth Maul.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the Clone Wars
Maybe.
TV show's coming back.
Yeah,
So if it fits, I don't know. I'm hoping we're finally past this legendary block of time that
I do
we're
want
in.
to shift to new game modes, new maps, new content.
And this is kind of like where we were when we're in that marquee fatigue, in which we talked about they need to diversify a little bit. Go through, give us some marquees, give us some new content, throw in a legendary event or two, and then go into something else, and then come back to it and kind of mix it up a little bit. They just went through and are doing it in big chunks, which is very painful sometimes.
Yeah, too much of a good thing is never good.
I mean, it's good. It's just very monotonous at times. You know what to expect. You're like, all right, well, I got to gear up these teams coming up.
Yeah.
Rather than seeing these new characters. And in some ways, I get more excited about the marquee characters becoming free to play, because I'm like, all right, I get to farm these characters. I get to build this team and see what all this hype's about. Building this team, rather than, all right, it's a legendary event. I have to farm these characters, and then I might be able to go through and build this cool team that looks like that after I gear up that team also. So you're gearing up two teams, and it's nothing you want to do.
I think an important distinction is in a collection game like this, you always want to feel like you're making progress towards something. Mm-hmm. And in a marquee, you can eventually farm and eventually star up that way, make progress. Whereas a legendary, it's you get it and you're done, or it feels like this huge roadblock that is insurmountable for the next 3 or 4 months.
Yep. And I think and especially the way the game is shifting right now with the meta. If you don't get those characters, it is very tough to come back. It's kind of reminds me of the first Palpatine hit the game. It was almost 6 months, and it was just straight Palpatine. If you didn't have Palpatine, you really didn't stand a chance. And so I understand why having those huge hurdles, I mean, they're fine, but how many have we had back to back to back? It makes it seem insurmountable at times. It's doable. If you didn't get these characters, it's fine. It will come back. They'll be easier the second time around because people know what to expect. Characters will get a rework. You'll be able to build up your rosters. You'll get those characters, and everything will kind of level out, and you'll get there. But
and with Padme in particular, it's going to take so long for most people to gear and Zeta that team up to be effective in the arena. She'll almost be back by the time that happens.
I completely agree. I finally got Darth Revan and Darth Malik geared up to a usable level. I only have Malik at gear 10 right now. I need one more gold eyeball, and then he's gear 11. So I'm not even starting to think about Padme yet, gearing that team, even though all I have to do is gear Padme and Ahsoka. I'm not even thinking about that team. I'm thinking about General Grievous and the droids first, before Padme, honestly.
Yeah, I hadn't seen a single one in arena at all.
Nope, I haven't seen. I mean, I have some whales on my shard, and I haven't seen anybody trying Padme yet. But speaking of things we're bumping and grinding on, boom. What's coming up here? We got this marquee watch and everything. What
is going free to play here shortly, hopefully.
The only thing out there that we're waiting on is the Ebonhawk. And going off of when Emperor Shuttle went free to play, it's looking like this week. I had approximately May 15th showing up.
All right.
I'd like to see it go to a store, but I am not holding my breath. And I base this on the fact that I did finish one farm, so it just makes sense that another one will come to take its place.
That's right. That's the way it works in this game, right?
That's the circle of life.
So let's get right into the bump and grind list. You pretty much have everything done, but who you gearing at least?
I'm working on Galactic Republic. I think my Separatists are in a good spot for the dark side map, so I need me a good light side Geonosian team. So Padme and the Galactic Republic crew it is.
All right. Yeah, I'm still grinding out that Gear 12 pieces for that Darth Revan team and finishing up Malik, which I'm getting there. I'm basically down to basically one piece each for Darkside Bastila and HK. So really close with them. Still working on Sith Troopers Gear 12 pieces since I just got them up to Gear 12. But they're coming along.
All right.
And then obviously working on Droideka and B1 because I need them to actually make that Padme event reasonable. So I'll get them and build out that General Grievous team.
Where are you at with B1?
Not far. I think I'm at 42 of 65. I'm just going through using one refresh a day.
Okay. Yeah, I've been going kind of hard, but it's still a slow farm. I'm kind of doing the Emperor Shuttle and B1 at the same time, kind of getting as equal refreshes, and I'm at 63 of 100 on Emperor Shuttle and only 29 of 100 on B1.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I went through as far as farming. I saw there was no chance I would get them up quick enough for the Padme event and figured I'll just go through Droideka, B1, one refresh, not pause any other farming, and just slow and steady. Because I will get to them, I will gear them up. When I star them up, I will be able to use them into the event. They will go.
Okay, you mentioned doing Aura on Cantina. I'm out of Cantina characters, so I am trying to farm Omegas.
Good luck with that.
I need to know, has anyone out there ever gotten Omega from a Cantina battle? I've been doing this for a few months now, and I've not received a single Omega. And my cat is mad about it, too. You can hear him in the background.
Yeah.
He is really ticked off about Omegas.
He's upset at stupid Omegas.
His Meowgas.
Oh,
ouch.
Yeah,
still don't have what it takes. I must train harder.
Oh, jeez. That was a rough one there. But
That's what you sign up for when you listen to Cantina Vizsla. It is really crappy puns.
Yeah. I have gotten Omegas before, but not often. Not often at all. But yeah, you mentioned I'm going farming up Aura now. That is my last Cantina node farm. So I'm actually rather excited about that.
Oh, nice.
Mainly because I want to build up the bounty hunter team eventually. I'm trying to get those 2 bounty hunter teams done, and every time I turn around, it's like, we get another legendary event. Here, build this team. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I have Padme to do over this. Now I have General Grievous to gear over my bounty hunter team. Yeah,
they're a fun team. They're always on my back burner too. I feel your pain there.
So that's pretty much all we got this week. It wasn't. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, it was a mother of a show.
Oh man, jeez,
Yeah, even my cat saying, "Man, that's good."
Yeah.
Okay, leave us a review. Please don't take that into account. But leave us a review for the rest of the show on your podcast server of choice. Check us out on the Alliance Gaming with all kinds of other great content creators. Check out my cat on social media and email us at cantinavizla@gmail.com. And find us on Discord. We have all kinds of fun on there talking about the game, collectibles, life, grocery carts, you name it.
Yeah, there's been a large portion of the conversation being around shopping carts and putting them back recently this week. But yeah, we have a lot of fun in there. Go ahead, stop by. And I'm really hoping, it sounds like we're getting content this week or some sort of update to the game. So really excited to see what it is and discussing it next week. But until then, guys, later.
Yep.
As you are exiting the cantina, we would like to say thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you out on the hollow table soon.